Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech and welcome back to the channel. And it's been a hot minute since we did a pie hosted video, so let's jump into it. Now, before we jump into the video, I do want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor for this video, which is PCBWay. Now, if you are into electronics or DIYers and you're looking for a way to mass produce your product, you should definitely check out PCBWay. They're one of the leading manufacturers in PCB and they come in high quality at low cost. Everything's super easy to upload to their website and you could get quotes within minutes. Whether it's PCB or 3D printing, you could do everything through the website and get a quote right away. Once you place your order, PCBWay does the rest. Best part about this, PCBWay is very fast shipping, so you get your orders really quick. So if you're really looking for high quality at low affordable prices, check out PCBWay. Now back to the video. Now I got a really cool software to show you guys, which is not really related to Portainer, but it's called Lazy Docker. It's a command line based manager for your Docker, so it's really cool. Now jumping over to my desktop, this is the Lazy Docker GitHub. And everything does run off Go, which doesn't really affect anything. I'm just letting you guys know, but it is a really cool software. Now check this out. This gives you a full terminal UI for your Dockers. And you can see you can click on anything. Actually, you don't even need the mouse. So if you're using something like Putty that doesn't allow for mouse input through the terminal, you could use all the keyboard commands and everything, which I'll show you in a second. But this shows you everything that you need to know. Now, it doesn't have anything to install Dockers. It's just for monitoring and managing, but it's still really cool. Now, to install this, you can install this on Windows, Mac, whatever you want. They have instructions for everything. Now, I'm going to be installing this on my Pi hosted server, so you're going to see all my Dockers laid out over there. That way, I have some information to show you guys. So, jumping over to that, let me go over to my second terminal, and we're going to SSH into my Pi hosted, and it's running off the Kadas Vim 4, which is a really good board. But yeah, to install everything, it's super simple. All you have to do is actually run this curl command right over here for Linux OS or Windows. It runs everything and it will install it right into your local bin. So I already ran this command, just copy and paste it. You could see it should be right here somewhere. Right there. I did run this command, and all you have to do is go over to local bin lazy docker. If you have that already mapped out in your path, you don't have to do what I did, but I don't. So I do have to use the home.local bin lazy docker. Jumping into there, now I get the entire console. So since I'm able to send mouse inputs, I am able to click on everything. But if not, you could always just use the commands on the bottom and switch over to whatever view you need. So example, let's say Firefox, that's a thing that I'm using right now. And there's no logs right now for this, but if I hit enter and I use the bracket keys, which is the left bracket and right bracket right next to the letter P, you can jump to each menu. Or again, you could use your mouse to click. And you could see that it's going through all my stats, CPU stats, memory stats. And if I want the environmental variables, it's right over here. It even shows you the config. So if you are trying to rebuild this, you have all the configs right over here. Obviously, page up, page down goes up and down, or up and down arrow. You could, again, use the brackets command and kind of go through everything you need. For something that has logs, let's hit escape to go back to that menu. And again, I'm using keyboard, but you can actually use your mouse. And if there is logs, like Flame I'm using, there's external API request failed, it shows up logs. And if I want to check stats on this, again, you could see everything that you need. And you could scroll down using the mouse wheel. Again, if mouse inputs work, it works really good with mouse input. And this is through my SSH session over to my Pi hosted server. Say if I wanted to use Convos, which is an IRC chatting program that I use for my Dockers. Not used for my Dockers, it's installed in my containers or Dockers, so I could use. You could see all the stats over here, environment. Now you can actually check out all the images here as well. So if you got some images that you need to delete or use or check out the status of how much is taking, which one is taking a lot of space, here it is. Same thing with volumes. I just went in and deleted a volume, which I shouldn't have, but I could have showed you all that other stuff. And then you have your networks down here, which is your standard bridge network or whatever network you have built. You do have X for menu. So you can like change stuff, like remove volume, like I was saying just before, which I did. You have your next tab, previous tab. You can filter your list. You can focus on the menu parts. There's a few other things you can do. And then I can go into my main thing. Over here has all your information about the GUI that you're running right now. It's really cool. You can actually run this as just the command like I did right now, which I find it a little bit easier. And if you wanted to, you can actually install this as a Docker. They have the whole environment built out, so you don't actually have to use the command like I did to install Go and all the other stuff, or use their quick command to install everything. You can just build it as a Docker and have a lazy Docker, so you can run it off that. But otherwise, it's a really cool thing. If you guys are not using Portainer and you just want to jump right into a server that has containers that you need to manage, but you want a terminal UI, this is definitely the way to go. I've been playing around with this for probably the past week, and it's been very stable. It doesn't take up much memory to run, and it runs very smooth. Anytime that I need data, I could just pull it from here. And if I needed to look up some stats, or if something running too much CPU usage, I could look everything up through here just like I would on my Portainer. Anyway, that is it. I just wanted to show you guys this really cool application called Lazy Docker. Again, everything will be linked down in the description below. And if you guys have any cool programs like this, let me know down in the description as well. And if you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hit that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.